Find functional hilarity at the Biffa Emporium. Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I sing to the beat. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly.
So the interview picks up from where we left off yesterday, and Carlos is saying, Quad, I've never seen you so hurt. But I think that's what the ladies were talking about. It's always about Quad's hurt, never about theirs. Wait a minute, Carlos said y'all's show has never been about icing one out. What about Mariah? What about Anila? What about that pink toe? And the fire alarm's still beeping. She felt humiliated and devalued like the girls when you didn't call them in the off season. Or like the girls when you talked about your sister circle friends. Like that? Quad asked herself, did I do something to deserve this? Yes, you never changed the fire alarms in your house, so we gotta listen to this beeping. Quad, you're still missing it. There was no voice of reason. No one was asking, well, how does Quad feel? Let Quad respond. Your time to talk was at your resurrection. And you said, and you wanted to forgive and forget without taking any ownership. And the ladies wanted ownership. They wanted to express how they feel. You shut everybody up and want to move on and do the same shitty behavior. And pull the same crap. And everybody was tired of it. I mean, Toya said you called me a thief. Toya was pissed. You've continually done stuff to piss off Toya. That's why Toya don't mess with Heavenly like that. How many times do you expect to burn somebody and get forgiveness? Quad saying I didn't come to Napa with cruel intent. You came for a check. You came begging and pleading for your job. It wasn't about supporting Toya. Your good heart position was looked past and stepped on because it was too little too late. You should have thought about that when you were talking about affairs and theft. It was a plot, it was a plan, it was a scam. They just needed me to be there, and you flew your dumb butt out. See, Quad, you've got amnesia. Because I remember at the reunion, you said, it's a strong accusation and I'ma stand on it. I'ma stand on it. Now it's, I absolutely do not believe Toya and Eugene are thieves. Heifer, you don't get to backpedal and pussy pop like that. This is why they said they don't mess with you. You accuse them of being thieves. The other girls know I could be next with a strong accusation that you'll stand on at the reunion. Now it's Toya and Carrie Wells brought up my mugshot when me and Stuart Little were tussling. So Carrie tells Heavenly and Quad that Toya said there was a hit out on Anila in the neighborhood. And Carrie had to break away from Toya because that's not how Carrie operates. So you're still saying Toya's involved in something shady. So Quad says when I said I'ma stand on it, she meant, Toya, you need to say where'd you hear that hit in the neighborhood from? Quad saying Eugene ain't scaling walls, breaking into people's homes. That's also a fat joke. I see you, heifer. I see you. That was shade, not a read, but I see you. Now, Carlos brings up a good point. Do you think you were funny? Do you think you were punished for missing 5 weeks of work for your renegotiate? Quad still calls the girls friends and wants to focus on the good times of those years. Now she's saying, I'm not perfect, I'm Quad the flawed, not Quad the fraud. Quad said, I've learned to put myself in someone else's shoes. Can you put ourselves in ours and change that damn battery? Oh God, Quad said the normal person wouldn't be able to sit here and have a conversation with you with what I've been through. So Carlos asked, do you think that they iced you out because they heard about your contract and renegotiations and you were saying Jackie shouldn't make as much as you? And Quad said, well, I don't negotiate my contract, but you approve the negotiate. She said, I'm not concerned with what someone else makes. I didn't say that about Jackie. I can't believe everything you say, Quad. I can't. This interview was honestly pointless. It really shows why the ladies don't mess with her. It took 3 hours and Carlos could have asked some harder questions and actually made her answer them, but Quad's telling on herself. Oh God, now what happened to confidentiality? Do you openly discuss contracts of other people? Oh God, Quad. You are stepping and dodging around the question. I don't I don't negotiate my own contract. Okay, but you still have someone doing it at your behest. So you still saying slick shit. So now Quad throwing Hefferly up under the bus saying she knows all about the contracts. I'm not surprised. It's a messy show with messy people running it. I'm sure production sneaks and spills tea to get some rivalry amongst the heifers. So Carlos asks Quad if she accepts Hefferly's apology, and Quad says she can call me anytime. Well, she said she called and you didn't answer. But I can see why. She's pissed, because she's Poe. Now she's saying I got the text, but I want to hear your voice, please, so I can know it's sincere. I'll pick up the phone for any one of them that call. Oh. Put her in something Tyler damn Ferry and call it a day. She needs to act. She's a thespian lesbian. Quad don't know if she want to come back to the show or not. Because she's given her all to that show. Carlos asked the same question I did an episode ago. I don't know why Tyler Perry ain't snatched you up. Carlos is proud of her for getting kicked off a show for pissing everybody off where you have no more friends and you on an island. I don't know if that's something to be proud of. Carlos, there's not one person you hate. So you steal from people you love? I mean, you don't love me. You must hate me because you're trying to steal, allegedly. And let's not even talk about Candy Burris' life story where you was pumping the mama for Infamay. And we ended with promoting Quad's seasoning and her cookbook. And that was the shit, and I mean shit, so I'm going to see you soon for something. Now this is odd. Beyonce, Jay-Z, and family rented a tour bus to celebrate holiday season in New York. Jay-Z's been had a place in New York. They got married in New York. They needed a bus tour to go around the city. I don't know. They was going somewhere else. They wasn't on no tour. Oh my God, no. They climbed aboard the Tea Around Town tour bus, driving through spots like Times Square, Bryant Park, and the Christmas tree at Rockefeller. I guess that would be kind of cool to have a private bus and like get to see all the city without having to get out and deal with it. Actually, that's a damn good idea. Here, private party buses are like cheap, so people will do that. I don't know how much they are in New York, but I wouldn't mind that. Jennifer Lopez says that she and Ben Affleck have PTSD from the media attention during their first romance. Well, if y'all weren't calling the paparazzi every 5 minutes so you could secure your next gig, if you weren't trying to promote your perfume, your jumpsuits, and everything else, maybe you wouldn't have PTSD. J-Lo, you were everywhere for a reason. That's how you got so rich. You kept coming out with them shitty little movies. You was pushing your version of Juicy Couture. You had earrings. You had it all, honey. You picked up where Selena left off, literally. Y'all came out with that terrible Geely. That's what your PTSD is from, people seeing your lack of talent. When was your last movie? Exactly. In possible debt news, Jeezy and Mai is trying to get the prenup thrown out while Jeezy is trying to keep the prenup in. Y'all were married for 5 minutes and Jeezy gonna claim that the prenuptial agreement is unconscionable. Jeezy said, look, I may have had more money than you, but that doesn't make it unconscionable. They were married for 2 years. How much you think you gonna get? Even if it's a 50-50 state, you're not walking away with half. You're walking away with half of what he made during the marriage. So whatever he made during the past 2 years, you'll get half of that, which ain't gonna be that much. You ain't gonna get spousal support because you were only married for 10 minutes. Girl, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing enough to have this quickie marriage and pull a conceive and leave. But now you begging in the court. Maybe it's good I never did get married.
Alleged what? Alleged who? Allegedly, allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.